Hi there, this is Mark Edelman, speech-language pathologist, and welcome to the teaching of talking. These little videos that we do are here to inform you of different things that I've learned along the way in helping people talk for over 46 years. And the particular area that I'd like to speak to you about today is the use of a particular word that frequently I see those with aphasia use when they speak. And the particular word that they use is the word I can't. Okay? And when someone says I can't do something, it basically is a belief. And the belief is I can, but I'm not going to. So we all know that the word can't is a contraction, and it's made up of two words. The two words are can, and the second word is not. So can't, if broken down, means I can, but I'm not going to. Now, last week, I had the opportunity to work with two people, both of which told me that they couldn't do something. They said, Mark, I just can't say this particular word. Or, Mark, I just can't do a particular way of talking. All right? Now, most people use the word can't when they can, but they don't have the knowledge. All right? So we can do almost anything if we learn how. And so therefore, a lot of people will say, I can't do that. And in a way, they're telling the truth. They can do it, but they're not going to. Why are they not going to? Well, they're not going to because they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the product knowledge. They don't have the technique. They don't have the method. And when you don't have a method, when you don't have a technique, then you can do something, but you're not going to because you don't have the technique or the knowledge. So the problem is that when a lot of people say can't, that sets up the brain to believing they can't. And when the brain believes it can't do something, then what typically happens is that the brain stops and the person stops. And the person doesn't move forward because they have this belief they can't, so they don't. So there's no forward movement, there's no learning, there's not much of any change because the belief is I can't, so therefore they don't even try. So this particular video is just to review now the word can't. The word can't means I can, but I'm not going to. And usually when a person uses the word can't, I can, but I'm not going to, it's because they are not going to because they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the information. And that's all that it usually takes for a person to progress in almost any discipline. They have to know. They have to know the information. And what problem is with many caregivers today, especially those of people with aphasia or those with delayed speech and language or those with traumatic head injury, is that a lot of the caregivers, they're caregivers, their wives or their husbands, and maybe they've had work in the past. So they had specific training in other areas. And their major focus is help in loving the person with the traumatic brain injury or the aphasia. So therefore, they don't have the product knowledge. They don't have the methodology to help a person with aphasia. So what happens is the belief is, I can't. And so what they usually do is they listen to other caregivers. And what I want to just basically state here is that no two aphasias are alike. So what works with one caregiver usually doesn't work with the other, because every single aphasia is different. Some have motor speech problems. Some have it's just a language problem. So what works for one, in most cases, does not work for the other. So remember that can't means I can, but I'm not going to. But chances are most people can. All they have to do is get the product knowledge, get the method, get the technique, learn it, and apply it. And most times, the person with aphasia can improve talking and does improve talking, and their talking improves at a much faster speed than traditional speech therapy. This is Mark Idelman, speech-language pathologist. We're going to be having 2 upcoming seminars in Las Vegas. If you really learn, or if you really want to learn how to help your loved one who's got apraxia of speech, because you can't help a person with a language problem unless first you help them with the apraxia, with the motor speech difficulty. And so we're going to have a 3-day intensive seminar for those who want to learn how to address motor speech difficulties. And they would include things like apraxia or dysarthria. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give the person, after the 3-day intensive, and you can bring your person who's got the aphasia or the motor speech difficulty, you can bring them to Las Vegas, and you spend 3 days first with the apraxia seminar, then we give you a day off. So you can rest, or you can sightsee, or you can do whatever you want. And then we're going to have phase 2, which is intensive training in aphasia and language stimulation, speech and language stimulation. And this is especially geared for care partners, carers, or caregivers. And you can bring the person that you love with you who may have aphasia. And we're going to spend 3 days intensively training you how to help your loved one with aphasia speak better also. So we're going to have 2 upcoming seminars. Each one is 3 days. They're going to be held in Las Vegas. The first one is apraxia, and that's going to be in January. And the second one is going to be in aphasia, and that's going to be just a day after the January apraxia seminar. And I think that's in very, very early February. So if you'd like some information about that, down below this video is a link, and you're going to want to get on our list, our video and our blog list, because we're going to send to everyone in our blog and video list a complete rundown of what we're going to be offering to caregivers and speech therapists who want to learn about Broca's aphasia, and who want to learn about aphasia, and who want to learn about apraxia. So you want to make sure that you inquire soon, because we only have 10 openings for these meetings. And once we reach the 10 openings, we're probably going to close it, because I want to spend good quality time with each and every participant who attends here in Las Vegas. So this is Mark Idelman. If you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, my email is down below. Please get on our mailing list if you want information about the trainings, the 3-day intensive trainings, one in Apraxia and one in Aphasia in Las Vegas in January and February of 2020. And on that, I'll say goodbye. Thanks a lot for stopping by. We also train students at universities. We also train caregivers or care partners at local stroke clubs all around the world. We come and we can train caregivers, we can train students, or we can train healthcare providers in how to stimulate and help people speak better if they have a motor speech difficulty and or a speech and language difficulty. So on that, have a great day today, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye now.